Hello and welcome back to Isolating Teacher. It's Friday the 15th of May. Since we last spoke, we have been up to the allotment. End of day 3. We've taken a walk away from the house. It so happens that we drove to a shop and then we took a walk around that location. So it's the first time we actually have been on a walk away from the house since lockdown. So when was that? The end of March, which was nice. Torture for children in 2020. You can look at the park, but you cannot touch. Thus, you cannot play. Ha ha. Rex had spaghetti hoops, although you would be forgiven for not understanding that.
Not there, Rex.
Rex, what have you got? No, I didn't quite catch that. What was it?
Biscotti hoops.
Thank you very much.
My fault.
And obviously, we've done some Joe Wicks PE. What? It's like sumo wrestler. Oh, no. Oh, yeah. Rex, no hitting with the wand, please. Oh, running with the wand.
Yeah.
Whoa, Rex, look, he's using his wand. Yeah, I ain't got a wand. Everyone else hasn't got wands. That's not fair. Duck.
Hey, there's a dragon.
I'm not a dragon.
Nose is down.
I'm scared of him.
Julia bugs.
Good to see your son.
To you too. I'll have that, Mum. Climbing the mountain.
I'm climbing North Mountain. No, I'm climbing the castle.
Climbing the castle, climbing Hogwarts, all the way to the top.
Yeah.
I'm going faster than you.
Make me go fast.
Bananas. No one's in your ear. You may be wondering why Emily and I are wearing ridiculous outfits. It's because I got those sort of American football pants recently. They were being sold off Facebook. They were new from Nike, so I thought I'd have those. £10 a pair, bargain. I don't know why I need them, but they're chargers, so I have to have them. And we've done some work. Rex has been making some magical potions and playing to the beat.
That's what it is.
What are you watching a video on?
The BBC Bite Size.
What? BBC Bite Size? What's it about?
It's a story called Charlie Changes into a Chicken.
Of course. What are you going to do with that? Just oh, okay, fine.
Say the red is in our potion. It's going to be
Blood.
dragon blood. What
Or
are we going to have?
unicorn blood. Magic unicorn blood.
Or is it freshly squeezed pixie juice?
I can put it in here.
Yeah, put it in there.
What is it, Rex? What is it?
Blood from a dragon. Dragon's blood.
So we have got
That's one that we did.
Paw report. Tongue out like his mother.
Go. That is.
Get to the eye level, yeah, good boy.
It's under 200. Well, it's near.
So we say 200.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
So-
what is that, Rex? 200 millilitres of what?
I just put it in there.
What's going to happen to the red?
What is the black, Rex?
The black. It's
What did you think it was, Maisie?
a pixie's soul.
What do you think it is, Rex?
Sky.
The sky.
The sky.
No.
A nighttime sky.
Yes, sir. The night
Yes.
sky.
200 millilitres of
What's the
night
reason in
sky.
that one?
So, some updates regarding schools. So today is the day that teaching unions and the government are getting together because there's a lot of disagreements between unions and the government about going back to school and when it's safe or not. Again, we don't really know. Personally, I can't see the government backtracking, but I also feel like it's going to be like a lot of guidelines, and if people don't want to send their children to school, then they won't, and there'll be no consequences for it. Because actually, what's 6 weeks when we've already had, what, 8 weeks out of school? Something like that, 7 weeks out of school. So if we've already had 7 weeks out of school, another 6, is it going to make a big difference? I don't know, it's not my call. So I think whatever happens, it's not going to make a huge amount of difference. This afternoon, we are going for another drive and another bit of exercise elsewhere so that we can get seeds for the allotment. I asked for your questions and I got a good selection. So over to Maisie for the first one.
Do you have any tips for anybody who is thinking about becoming a teacher?
Good question, Maisie. If anybody was thinking about becoming a teacher, then I would say the main thing is become organised or get organised. If you're not organised already, learn how to be organised. That was the first bit of advice that I was given, and to be honest with you, it's the one thing that I still stick to now. I'm not an organised person, but when it comes to teaching, I have to be. And to the point where I'm always a week ahead. I always know what I'm doing in a week's time. It does help that I teach science, and science sort of works like that. But even with every other subject, whenever I've taught out of subject, I still do the same. So if you're looking into becoming a teacher, get yourself organised. Rex, what's the next question?
Why did you choose to become a teacher?
Thanks, Rex. Lots of people go into teaching for lots of different reasons. My initial reaction to why I wanted to be, or the initial reason why I wanted to become a teacher, is I was off doing my degree in forensic science, and I'd come back during the holidays and I talked to people about things in science, and they didn't have a clue what I was on about. And I thought, how can you not like science? Like, science is brilliant, and like these things are really obvious, duh. Like the atomic mass of oxygen is 16, everyone knows that. And they didn't. And then there was a big government push about teaching, and I thought, aha. So halfway through my degree, I thought, well, I'm not going to go into forensics. I'll go into teaching instead. And it's turned out all right. Maisie, do you have another question?
What song will always be a banger no matter when you hear it?
Oh, if I was to listen to a song and go, yeah, that's it, I've got to say the reaction to something like George Michael, Careless Whisper, always a banger. Bon Jovi, always a banger. Back in Black, AC/DC, always a banger. But I think I'd have to go with Careless Whisper. Rex, any other questions?
What are you going to grow it on the allotment?
So what we're going to grow on the allotment, we've already got some seed potatoes from Karen at plot 17, as I've said in a previous video. And today we're going to go and get some seeds from one of my friends. We will exchange them at 2 meters distance, obviously. But he is going to pass on some, I think, courgette seeds, some spinach, butternut squash, pumpkins, things like that. Certainly courgettes, because they grow really, really easily. Maisie, do you have any other questions?
if you had to choose one game to play for the rest of the lockdown, what would it be?
I mean, that's a tricky question. I don't know. If I could only play one game for the rest of lockdown, I mean, I can always play Madden. Always, always, always. But because I've already started God of War, I think I'd have to go for God of War. Right, question for you two. If you could only play one game for the rest of lockdown, so what has been your favourite game that you would play, and you could only play one game for the rest of lockdown, what would it be?
It's really tough. Probably something on the Switch, probably like Mario Odyssey.
Really?
Something like that.
Yeah, I'm gonna say that.
You're going to say Mario Odyssey, Rex?
Yeah.
Not 2 Point Hospital, Maisie? Not The Sims?
Oh yeah, The Sims.
Or Sims. Lego Harry Potter, Rex? Or Mario Odyssey?
Both.
But you've got to choose one.
Pair.
I think that question's broken, Rex. So, hope you enjoyed the BBQ. Oh, if you did look at the last week's video, or last episode's video, anyone who answered America, that is true, but more specifically, Boston. It was Boston, because that's where Cheers is, because that's where everybody knows your name. Right, we are leaving the house in a car to go somewhere else again. This is such a weird feeling, isn't it, children?
Yes.
This is the second time you've been in the car. You went in the car yesterday, is that correct?
It's the
Third? Oh yeah, third. We went to the allotment, didn't we?
Yeah.
Yeah. So third time though in a car for like 8 weeks. What are we gonna go and get? Seeds.
The piggies.
Hopefully we'll see some
Little
piggies.
piggies, little piggies.
Right. Let's see if we can have some fun as well. You ready? Yeah?
I shouldn't breathe.
No. Right, you have the seeds there. If you like, I don't know, put them on the ground or something like that.
Right. Don't make any sudden movements.
Right, that's it. I don't know if I want to touch them now.
Should have worn your PPE.
I'll have to sanitize my hands after this. Must sanitize hands now. Forgot to start at the beginning and give a shout out to Archie, who wanted a shout out, so hi Archie. And until next week, stay safe.